Since 2020, the Qi clock has absolutely dominated the event, specifically in terms of hardware. Nothing comes close. The problem? It's the price. They're $33 US. Right now on Speedcube Shop, I can get a GAN 12 or Tornado V4 or even a stacked Worm V10 for the same price. It's hard to argue that it's not a premium product, but even at that price, it has some issues out of the box and requires quite a lot of modification before top players are happy to main it. So what if someone could make a clock that had about the same performance but was only half the price? Well, that's exactly what Shang Sha are attempting with the release of their new fully magnetic clock. I was lucky enough to receive one the other week and I took it for a rip on stream as soon as it arrived, and I have to say I was pretty impressed with the performance. One problem with that approach is I'm complete ass at clock, so as soon as the stream finished I shipped it straight to Lockie Gibson, current world record holder up in Auckland, so that he could take a look and give me some better intel. And the first question I asked him was how did he get on with it straight out of the box?
Straight out of the box, I think it was quite comparable to the Qi, like the same sandy feel. It wasn't that much faster or slower than the Qi. I thought it was basically the same as the Qi out of the box. The one thing I did notice, like straight away, was the pins were a bit lighter to turn, and the dials, they were lighter to turn.
Now, when you're as fast as you are, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Like sometimes it's a good thing that it's light. The pins, personally, I don't enjoy it being that light. I'm sure other people might, but the dials, I think it's a bit better for them to be a bit stronger, but lighter is better for sometimes.
I heard someone saying that it was, when compared to the Qi, it was like ready to go out of the box, whereas everyone knows the Qi needs a bunch of mods. Do you think that's fair to say?
No, not
okay.
really.
Okay.
I thought it was very similar to the Qi out of the box. The pins were quite light and it was just really sandy all around. I think it needs the same amount of setup as the Qi.
As soon as you got it, I got photos of you and your dad taking it all apart and setting it up and stuff. What, did you just do like your regular setup that you would have done on a Qi?
I just did the normal, just putting a bit of FC stealth in it to make it quite fast. We did think about Anders modding it because it might be a bit better for recognition. I don't think we messed up anything there, but we might have.
Is that to say that you've broken it?
Yesterday, yeah. I was trying to bring it back and I lost 2 of the magnets.
Oof. Well, that's the risk of the Anders mod. So a big thing with clockers is people are like die hard about tape modding. Is that necessary, do you think, on the Shengshou as well?
Yeah. The fact that the screws just make it so much more slow, rigid. I don't know why people tape mod it, but I just do it because it makes it a bit faster.
Honestly, I've racked my brain about why people tape mod and I cannot figure out what difference it can possibly like physically make. But people do it and they swear by it, so I'm like, okay, sure. So you put your own red marks on the 12s I can see on the one you're holding there. That's a bit of a miss by Shengshou as well, hey?
Yeah, definitely. I could not see 12 first out of the box. It was the same color as the bit, so it was basically impossible to see, rather than the red things.
So I wanted to ask you about the recognition, actually, because that's what a lot of people were saying. They didn't like the hands, they didn't like the faces.
Out of the box, it was quite alarming, like really different in recognition.
Yeah.
Because the bit on the end is a bit larger compared to the Qi, which is a bit smaller. So I think that's the bit that makes it a bit harder to recognize with.
But did you get used to it?
A bit. Since I memo quite fast, there was like a bit, I couldn't memo as fast, but I got a bit used to it, I guess.
But what happened next, I was absolutely not expecting. Lockie and his dad went completely off script. I had no idea this was happening, but they kind of took the matter into their own hands.
We put Qi dials in it.
I tried that.
Wait, hold on a second. You made a hybrid?
Yeah, it made it really good. I was trying to put some blue dials in it last night, and that's where I screwed up, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so, oh my god, so the Qi dials fit perfectly in it?
Yep, perfectly.
That's interesting. Is it a different shape that you thought you would like the body with the Qi dials, or was it just for the hands?
No, just for the hands, really. Because I saw another clocker who got it, put some blue dials in it, and I wanted to try it, but then some of the magnets weren't working properly, so I had to flip them, then I lost 2 of them.
Okay, yeah, that happens. That's the risk. If I was the Shengshou designer, do you think your main feedback would be change the hands?
Yes, but one thing I also noticed, in the Qi, they have magnets, like ring magnets, on the case.
Yeah.
But in the Shengshou, there's none of them. That's why the pins are a bit stronger on the Qi. I think that they should add pin magnets so that it's a bit better.
Yeah, so Mike, all the coloured clocks have little donut magnets around the pins.
Yeah,
and
right.
that's what the pins to be more firmer and clickier. This one, the Shengshou, has no pin magnets, and it's also only got dial magnets on the cross.
No corner magnets?
Interesting. Okay. So it has less magnets than the Qi.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose they wouldn't want it to be an exact copy, would they? But that's why the pins felt light then, because they're only magnetizing to the magnets on the dials of the clock faces.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I guess they must be. So let's talk about the price of it. So right now in New Zealand, a clock's $60. This one,
I think it was 35.
I think 35. So it's like half the price of a Qi clock. So for someone
Yeah.
who's like intermediate, would you recommend the Shengshou, do you think?
I would recommend it, but just don't screw it up like I did.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine. Swapping the pieces of the Qi into it makes it pretty good, but you cannot put the Qi pins in there.
So you're
But-
telling me your ideal clock is neither a Qi nor a Shengshou. It's actually a Shengshou with Qi dials.
Maybe a bit stronger magnets. Like the dials just feel so much lighter.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what.
So did you find you were overturning or like missing the mark?
Overturning.
You were overturning
Overturning.
because those dials.
Yeah, like with my main, I can turn perfectly because it's like strong enough. But I think it's a bit too strong. But like the Qi's too light.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be picky, but I would like something in the middle.
So what we're looking for is like a Goldilocks clock. So, not too strong, not too heavy.
Yeah.
We're looking for just
Yeah.
right still. So, in conclusion, I feel like Shengshou might actually have it in the bag with this one. The price is right, the performance is pretty good. The main issue literally just seems to be these hands. We heard the same feedback in another video by Technically Cubing, and I've had the same feedback both live and in comments in the other like 4 videos I've made on the Shengshou clock. But the good news is it's not an impossible thing for Shengshou to fix. So hopefully this is an adjustment they're able to make. Hopefully they're able to listen to this feedback and take it on board and not just dig into this part of the design. And who knows, maybe with more accessible hardware we'll see yet another resurgence in this weird event. And that's it for now. Have fun, solve cubes, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.